So anyway, back to the story, I recount that in front of City Council and the mayor. He says, our esteemed prosecutor, he is generally the one that holds up hands in victory. But it is my pleasure, and he grabbed with his left hand my right hand, hooked it up and said, this is the hand that touched Nelson Mandela, the father of freedom. And they went crazy. Oh my God, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Baptist.
Oh my God, oh, and I know my background, oh, my voice is going up, I'm sorry, camera. I know a lot of these people because I'm on the Police Athletic League, which accentuates minority intervention into the community. So I'm the PAL, the PAL, brother.
That's what PAL does.
That's what PAL, and it still does. And I'm still a member, a 30-year board member. I take a page out of your book. I am their voluntary counsel, so I'll be calling you for advice.
All right.
Yeah. You know, I have to read the contracts when we buy the pencils. So anyway, it was just a very exciting day, and then there was like a receiving line. What's he look like? I said,
everybody's got to touch it.
Everybody.
The hand that shook the hand.
The hand that shook the hand. And it was just such an exciting experience. The city really, really was uplifted. Then later on, there was a dedication of a freedom tree, which I participated in the gardens surrounding City Hall when there was a new construction, dedicated to the freedom and the fight and so forth. So now, let's fast forward. We fast forward to this month, March 1. Thanks to you and my dear friend Carlito, it's been a fabulous month. I fly to Johannesburg, South Africa to do a minimum weight fight with a real up-and-coming kid, Hecky Bundler.
Yes.
And he is something.
Exciting.
He's a very exciting, the nicest, most polite kid you ever want to meet. Yes sir, no sir, put the ring on, turn the light, and KO 259.
He turned the lights out.
He turns the lights, he turns on and the lights go out.
Possibly a knockout of the year.
Yes, exceptional. It was, we'll digress. Gentlemen, it was Marquez Pacquiao. Same exact time, but my guy moved. Manny did not move. My guy at 8 thought and tumbled. He tried, but he tumbled. That's just to digress. So, the day preceding is the weigh-in. And gentleman comes in. He's quite stocky now, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he says, Steve! And I look at that face.
It's the Rose.
It's the Rose.
20 years plus.
20 years, no, let's be exact, 23 years.
23
years, almost to the day, because we fought in the spring of '91. This was about the spring of 14. And he embraced me, and the cameraman came out, and 23 years later, the Rose and the double S embraced. They took, it was in the newspaper the next day, 23-year reunion. And I always say, a bond is created. When you are in on that level, even on a smaller level, you have an esteemed commissioner in the great country, our sister country, which I love, which I almost went to. If they drafted me, I'd have been
honorary Canadian.
I'd have been a real live cow. I wasn't going to go back, brother, but we don't want to go there. I was on my way up. I was going to McGill. I was going to hide at McGill.
We're talking South Africa. Keep the politics out of it.
Yeah, but to speak politics about the bond, who is the commissioner of the boxing commission up there?
In our province?
In your province.
Ken Hayashi.
Ken Hayashi.
No, who do I know? Who did I ref? First fight.
Matt Kennedy.
Matt
Matt
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Irish Matt Kennedy.
Irish Matt
That's
All
Kennedy.
right, now he's something to do with boxing, is he
He's
not?
the head of the amateur.
Executive Director of Boxing Ontario.
Okay. His first fight, a bond was created, 20 plus in Miami, Florida. And he mentioned to Carlito on the way to the airport with you guys that he remembers Steve Smoger as his first ref. Fighters have
They remember.
an inane sense of who worked them, and it happens on more occasions than you'll ever believe.
It's important.
It's important to them, especially in moments like Dingaan. He was so hurt and so grateful to get out of it. He mentioned it. And I said, ease your mind. I was never close to stopping it.
It's probably the night of his life.
Yeah,
Possibly.
it would possibly. I think it was his first major defense, or maybe it was a vacant title. It was major league, and he never forgot it. And I said, I know your heart. I know you were in condition, and I was going to let you fight your way back, which he did, and he wins.
Did
So-
you have any anticipation or thought going over for this show? Geez, it'd be nice to bump into the Rose, or your mind is on the show. It
Yeah.
must have been a shock.
It was a
pleasant-
pleasantry, incredible. Then you see the old line guys, Harold Volbrick,
Yes.
coach there, I remember you, and a couple other major South Africans, but because of my bond with Dingaan, and happens to be one of my favorite names, like we discussed at dinner, on the top of the list is Eugene
Cyclone Hart.
And then, then you got Al Steele Mills.
Al Steel Mills.
Remember Al? Then I'm going to give you another one that I love, and I was with him when he won the USBA title, one of my favorite nights. Harold the Shadow Knight.
Harold the Shadow Knight.
Harold-
We're pulling these ones out now.
Knocked out Kenny Bazemore in 7 in Atlantic City,
Wow.
and then went on in his next life to train Lennox Lewis. He was a very integral part
Yes.
of the Lewis camp.
Yes, he
So
was.
these bonds, but when I went over there, I said, I don't call him Dingaan, I call him, when I walked in, I said, my God, it's the Rose. Just like we met a young fighter. I don't know his name, but he's the conquistador. You know, when I'm
Yeah, he
not,
looks great. The photo you sent, he looks great.
he looks great, and as I say, when I'm not in the ring, I'm the biggest fan. I absolutely love what we do and love every aspect of it, and to bump into him, and the reaction was equal. And how are you? Family's good. This is great. He was there as an honored guest. He's so well respected, you know, as a former champion from the great country of South Africa. And it was just a very, very exciting experience.
Superb.
So,
Give me the hand. So I'm shaking the hand that shook the hand of Mandela.
there you go. There you go.
And next time I want to hear about Jersey Joe Walcott.
that's a
Because
story.
now I'm shaking the hand that shook the hand of Jersey Joe Walcott.
Very close, may he rest in peace, very instrumental in my career, so we can save that for another day, but that's an exciting, exciting story.
That's the next
Say,
Smoger Chronicles.
that's it, I'm ready.
When are we getting a book? You got to do a book sometime.
I just signed with an agent, one of the greatest guys I've ever met, and in 3 years have formed a terrific bond, so it's up to him. I don't know, he's a solicitor from Kitchener.
I thought you were talking about Russell Peltz for a second.
No, as you call him, Peltsy.
Chelsea was a hell of a journalist. We got to get a book done.
That's it. I'm ready to go because it's once in a lifetime. You turn around and you're a veteran. Wherever commission I go, I'm the senior guy. I think I'm with Carlito. I think I'm a kid, and I go there and I'm accorded tremendous respect as I was at the weigh-in
Listen,
yesterday.
it's fabulous the reception you get. We've been down here twice, and I'm not exaggerating. It's like being with a Hollywood star because everybody's coming up. They want pictures. They want autographs. I mean, we're out last night. Roberto Duran comes down, gives you a big hug. This is
And a
fabulous.
kiss. And the pictures that we have of Duran, the gym is home is crazy.
Yeah.
With him embracing me, Your mug is in my, I gotta put up with you, but it's a trilogy. El Nica, Esteban y Duran, and then the Canadian, the Royal Canadian Mounties in the middle of the third one.
And tonight, you know, these guys will all be out there supporting the show. I mean, you're gonna, Celestino Caballero will be out there, and Eusebio Pedroso will probably be supporting the show, and I hope they all hug and kiss you, buddy. Just a handshake's good for me.
Well, that's an easy fella. But the point I want to make, how about the gyms yesterday?
Unbelievable.
How about the gym? Who did we see? The humility of Pinder.
To come Carlito, what did we have? Enrique Pinder. We had
the wonder.
Number one featherweight, see? Nicholas Walters.
Nicholas Berryhome came over. We wished him well. He's on the fight card in Macau. This up-and-coming kid. This kid, an Olympian, the Conquistador.
And guys walking in and out. Any day you might have Shimito Marino walk in for work. Unbelievable. That'll be Smoger Chronicle 3.
Well, another thing, just to leave on the humility of these kids. They put on a heated sparring session on the floor. There's no prima donnas. If the ring is busy, they take their rack to the floor. They were actually on the floor. We cleared around. Michael jumped in with a little bit of feints in his own. I could see him getting gassed up. You were parrying a couple of shots.
I just started, baby.
That's it. It was a tremendous experience. This is the what do you call it? The ground floor.
The cradle of champions.
The cradle of champions.
The cradle of champions. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. God bless.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Varela Productions.
Thank you, guys. And